Okay, so I just rang that little bell to welcome in your ancestors and your spirit guides. So, you know, where I want to start basically is first of all, every time I see a photo of the kids, the twins, I just go back to the day that they were born and how I was their doula.
Right,
and
girl, going through it.
right, and that's why we're here right now, because we need to be solution based on all of the because I know a little bit about what's going on in the background.
Right.
As far as currently, I don't know all of the specifics, but what you did mention to me yesterday was you feel like you're being stalked.
Right.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's like a cyber stalking type of thing. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yes.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with that Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck. I like
Okay.
I like this deck because of the imagery. It tells the story. So we're asking God, Goddess, all that is, your spirit guides, what is this energy that you're feeling behind this cyber stalking, and who could it be?
Hmm.
Oh, the Seven of Pentacles. So you know what? We're just gonna keep we you and I we spoke behind the scenes, so we're just gonna keep it a beam. We got a female energy here and a male energy here, right? And
Hmm.
I'm gonna keep it I'm gonna keep it a band. I feel like it's the father of the twins and that one female energy that's always around. But given that that female energy has moved on to something, you know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe she's not as involved, but there could be some mess there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to assume that she's not, or, that person isn't engaging.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's see if anything else. Knight of Cups. So what I find is that although Vince is not showing it, he's definitely in his emotions about you. And I know that to be true. Here's why. So this card says Sunday, June 20th, Sunday, June 21st. Um, and again, no, this is supposed to be Monday, June 22nd, but they have this misnumbered. But the point is this, it's the 21st, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd. As the days go by, he's missing his family life, he's missing his kids, he's definitely in his emotions about this. And you can see in this card there's water behind him, there's the cup. The cups card are always synonymous and indicative of someone being in their emotions, so he's definitely in his feelings about everything that has transpired. All right, so we're gonna stop there and turn it. What were you saying? Did you say something, Heidi?
No, I didn't say nothing.
So I think that, yeah, there could be a little bit of watching your page happening, and
Hmm.
that's really not uncommon. So if you're feeling
Right.
that, that's what it is. Did you have any questions behind that?
It was more so like it's to be other. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
like I've actually had fake pages like literally be disrespectful.
Mm. Okay,
So it's
saying
like
what?
this is personal. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like this
right.
is not just a random person.
What
It's
is the fake page saying?
um okay, I forgot to I didn't even tell you about this. So I had accepted some friends,
Mm.
just accepted people because like getting my engagement up and stuff.
Right.
And I was scrolling and I saw they posted a picture of me and like was saying all type of like gross stuff, like just going on my page and reposting pictures that I had posted to my page and saying like just crazy
Oh,
stuff.
you know what? And I know which one of those posts you're referencing.
I
I
posted.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's very bizarre. Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Very.
And because you don't think it was just a random person, you think that it's actually personal.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
do too. Mm-hmm.
it also happened again. Was it yesterday? And so I think it was my actual post, and then it was like the person, because like I said, I don't know if it's a male or female, but the profile is a male,
I feel like it's a
and
female posing as a male,
yeah,
and
yes, because
yeah. Yeah, and see, so this card that comes up. So people who are watching, I want you to know that Heidi's on one phone and I'm on a second phone recording. So if I'm turning cards every which way, it's so she can see them as well. So you see the devil card here, right?
Right.
So that's what comes up. So that's definitely some type of demonic energy.
For sure.
I really don't feel Vince would be so petty. To be honest, I don't even think he has the energy to be so petty.
Yeah, no.
But it could be someone, I do think it's someone related to him. I do think that. I do feel that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So let's pull some cards on baby daddy, just to see where he is energetically, in addition to being in his emotions. Because at the end of the day, what we want is, we want to resolve. We want to be solution based, because this is about children. This is about family. And I feel like no matter where we are in life, it's not about, and this is really a message to him. I hope he is stalking, and I hope he does hear this. It's not about being the richest person in the world. It's not about, overnight success. What life is about is taking things one day at a time, being gentle with yourself. And really what I need, especially men, to realize, because I see mothers being mothers. I see you holding it the fuck down. You get me? And I'm not just saying that because, I love you to life.
Right.
I see it. These, if it were not for you, these children would not eat every day. These are facts. These are facts, right? So I'm going to pull on his energy to give him a little bit of guidance. He comes up as the devil upside down. So that is confirmation that that devil is associated to him. So he's the devil in reverse, which this is synonymous with the removal of bondage, release, severance, overcome evil. He's got to overcome his mind.
Yeah.
Defeat, detachment from unhealthy forces. He's got to cut that fucking weed out. If you're going to be smoking weed every day, I need you to light that shit, roll that shit, and go on a walk while you smoke that shit. Everything has to be balanced. You know what I mean? You can't just you can't be overly indulging and excessively killing yourself and not putting anything back in. He's depleting. And then with the things that he is putting in, they're no good for him. Tendency to be tempted. He has an addictive personality, so to speak, when it comes to, I'm just going to say, weed, food, and maybe even drinking. I don't know. Does he drink?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
But sex is a thing.
Sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely, when people are operating in their lower selves, they smoke weed all day, jack off, watch porn, very, and these things can be great, but it's a huge imbalance. Yes. You know what I mean?
Everything has to be balanced, like you said.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. So I don't know if these dates mean anything to you, December 22nd to January 19th, but this card is the number 15, and 15 reduces to 6, which is indicative of harmony, integration, energy balance. Wow. Energy, literally, that's a word. Vince, I hope you're watching. Energy balance between feminine and masculine. Wow. You know what? And I'm going to talk to you directly. Vince, you got to balance yourself. You got to balance your life. You got to balance things with Heidi. You got to balance things with the other mother of your child. Wow. And, I would typically never be this real and blunt and direct, but fuck it. This is where we at, right?
Right.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to pull next just to get an energetic pull on. Actually, no, I want to pull your archetype. I want to pull through see what your energy is. I want God, Goddess, all that is, to let me know where you are archetype wise or where you need to evolve into. The Tower. Okay. So this is a lot. All right. So here's what. Yeah, this is speaking on the vibration that you're on given the recent dissolve of the relationship with Vince, right? So you feel that there was selfishness there. It was destruction. It was catastrophic. It was a sudden change. Am I right?
Right.
Came out of nowhere. But you're ambitious. so you continue to grow spiritually. You need to stick to your ambitions. How's the swimsuit line coming along?
Haven't even been, just too much going on. I haven't
Right.
even felt I can't even concentrate on that.
Mm-hmm. So here's what. I know that it feels like time can escape us.
Mm-hmm.
I have one child. You have four. So I can only imagine you're being pulled every which way like a freaking octopus.
Mm-hmm.
So what I encourage you to do, and I tell people this all the time, and I don't tell people things that don't already work for me. What you make room for will make room for you. So it doesn't even have to be the swimsuit line right now, but whatever goals you have, I see you working out, I see you doing all of that. Keep making time for those things
Yes.
because the time will be made for you. And these are facts. Like the law of attraction is no respecter of humans. That's why Donald Trump is the president right now, because it's not because he's a great person, it's just because the law of attraction works that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one thing about him is he has a radical mind, he has a radical beliefs. I'm not saying that I agree with them because I certainly don't. But if
Right.
you lock in, you will have the same type of results and you will have success. And the thing about you, it'll be even greater because your heart is pure.
Yeah.
So you just gotta make time for like whatever it is. You've always made time for working out. Stay on that. Stay on that type of time. I find you to be actually a very disciplined person, which is for sure gonna always work in your favor.
Yeah.
Let's
Right now, I have been concentrating on my notary business, though. That's kind of seeming
excellent,
more like,
excellent. So you want to
I,
be a notary.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Excellent,
I got cards and stuff made. I just have to like, move forward with this. Stop letting like being scared or,
mm-hmm.
the not knowing what can happen or what is going to happen stop me from just pushing forward.
So
Stop being nervous.
So on the other side of fear is really success. Here's the thing, you don't have to know what happens because here's why. Oftentimes how we imagine things can come out exactly how we imagine, right?
Yeah.
But also I'm going to tell you this much. Sometimes it comes out not how we imagine, but even better than we could have ever imagined, because it's not your job to figure out the how. It's just your job to put the work in, and
Yeah.
your higher mind will work out the how. I guarantee it, I promise it. And I'm speaking to you like this from my heart because Heidi, literally everything that I'm saying, I apply in my own life and I see the results. I see the benefits. We can have a sidebar and I could just
Right.
tell you things privately, but it's really real. It's really, really real. All right, I'm trying to see where my energy is pulling me now. Do you want to ask a question?
Let's see. What can I think? We actually touched on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really think of any questions at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel you need to grab that.
No, I'm
I feel that I just feel still. You know what I mean?
good.
This is what I encourage you to keep in the forefront of your mind. You have to be in the receptive mode. Um, and the thing is, people like you make it look good, you make it look easy, but it's an incredible amount of work to care for four children
Yeah.
alone. And you did not have them alone. You shouldn't be doing this alone. And
Right.
even if that doesn't look like you being in a relationship, you know, eh, you do deserve, you're worthy of, and it's your right to have that helpmate. So
Right.
I encourage you to be in the receptive mode for your village to step up and just more. So in order to receive, you have to give. So if there's any capacity, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you give to your children and that's all you need to keep doing. And I tell people this, I think I'm repeating myself, but I tell people this all the time. When you take care of your children, the world will take care of you.
Yeah.
So, just stay solid, stay focused, stay disciplined. I mean, yeah.
I mean, we talked about him, so I feel like that's kind of like probably would be my answer, but it's just like he just stopped calling,
Mm-hmm.
and then he he stopped answering the phone more than anything, because I was letting the kids, like, anytime they asked to call him or whatever, I would let them call. But now, like, when he last times that they were calling, he didn't answer. So now I'm just telling them, like, let him call you back, because I can't continue to look at my kids,
right,
trying to talk to their father. I mean, the phone is like not even enough compared to when they were seeing him every day.
It's a huge change. It's a huge difference.
Yeah. So it's like, now, I mean, it hasn't been, they, they're kids. So since I've told them that, they haven't really, like, asked to call or anything too much. But it's just like, I'm wondering, like, what would make him, outside of, like, going through whatever he's going through, like, how could you just, like, stop answering for your kids and reaching out?
Yeah. Well, I do think he's in an extremely dark place, and that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
But and this is what people tell me. Well, no, people don't tell me, but when I hear people say, be the bigger person, this is the case here. And it's so hard to pray for people who are fucking us over.
Oh, no, I do. Yeah.
But I know your heart, and the best thing you can do for him right now is pray for him to have a radical renewal of his mind. Yeah. And I'm a huge advocate of, if it's not the biological father, you will have your helpmate, you will have your partner. It could even be in the form of a stepfather, whatever the case may be. Don't put too much on it. Just be in the receptive mode of all the things you need to have the family unit that you desire. And you're such a catch. That that's why it's easy for me to say this, because I could easily see this happening for you. The breakup with him is very fresh, so I don't expect you to have that right now, but I mean, you could have it tomorrow. Honestly, there's nothing lacking with you.
Right.
And another thing I wanted to mention to you is, like, when your person does come along, you're not going to have to question it. You're going to feel it. There will be a knowingness. And I'm speaking from experience. You will know. And it won't be a matter of if you're doing this too soon or if you're not doing this quick enough. It will be in sync. Okay?
I'm glad you said that, because I be in my head.
I know. No, you're going to feel soft. You're going to feel feminine. And as a matter of fact, feel that now.
Right.
Feel that now. You are right now operating in your masculine and in your feminine, and that's fine, because if you don't do it, who's going to do it?
Right.
But one thing about you, you're going to push through with your nails. You're going to push through in a crop top. You're going to give sexy. You're going to give body. So keep doing all of that. Keep doing all of that.
Most definitely.
Keep doing all of that. Yeah. Let me see. If you don't want to ask anymore.
I mean, I want to, like, something about love, but I just don't know, like, how I want like, what I'm saying, like, how to word the question. But I'm definitely interested in knowing, like.
Oh, you know what? I got something for you. Give me 1 second. Let me grab this other deck.
Okay.
So, here's what. If we're asking God, Goddess, all that is, if Heidi continues on her frequency of self-love, giving to self. So basically, all right, I want you to set up your environment, set up your home for the lover to enter. And I think you and I, maybe we've had this conversation before, to creating vibrational offerings in your home. There might not be a man there now, but make sure the space is welcoming to that type of masculine energy. Burn like a candle that reminds you of, like, a masculine scent. Just get the vibration, get the frequency going. Exactly. Live in the. So what you have to do is, and I'm a huge advocate of this, you have to merge the two realities. That is what keeps that's what keeps our desires separate from our manifestations. There's no waiting for it to arrive. You have to you have to bring over there here. Okay, so you don't have a wedding ring on your finger right now, but you want to be married. In your mind, have that band on your finger. See what happens is when you merge those realities, the universe can't tell that, and this is real. The universe cannot tell the difference as to whether or not this is the truth or you're making it up. Trust me, I'm not telling you anything that hasn't worked for me. So if you do that, if you remain on that frequency, I'm asking God, Goddess, all that is, when you can expect love to surface in your life. And I feel like this is I really do feel like this is real, because